Hi, this is Benjamin Bernstein with astroshaman.com. Today's video is a single video with two parts to it. Today is January 18, 2020, by the way. And I want to start with a very simple spiritual tool that if you're a reasonably intermediate or advanced spiritual practitioner, this may be helpful to you. And then I'll give you a quick update on my partner Maeikisala. I'm doing it in this order because I want this to be an evergreen video. And so the first part will always be helpful, and then if it's way past January of 2020 and Maeikisala is out of the rehab and all that, and you're not concerned about her, you can just skip the latter part. So the tool first, I call it the I am that I am, we are that we are, I am that I am tool. Long name, but you'll see why. So basically, when you get to a certain level of awakening, you can say I am that I am, and saying that will bring the state in. So let me give an example. So I'm going to, now if you are sensitive, you'll be able to feel this as the field shifts in me, and you'll be able to feel the resonance in you. So let me just come to my center here. I am that I am. And there, just that quick, my I am presence came in and kind of became stronger. So if you even see in my eyes, they may look a little different now because the I am presence is there. Then the we are that we are has to do with your allies. Now I have many allies that I call in, and without naming them all, it takes several minutes to get them all on board. So if I do an individual call in, first I will call in my partner Maeikisala, the hugging saint, then I call in my plant spirit allies, I call in my ascended master allies, my Vedic, India, Hindu kind of allies, my elemental allies, my Apu mountain spirit allies, my power animal allies, the higher selves of my living human allies, and there might even be more beyond that, but those are the ones that come to mind. So there's a lot of them, but they have given me permission to call them as a group. So for our purposes here today, I'm just going to call them all at one shot. So allies, please come. I call the collective. And there they are, just that fast. So if you felt that shift, there's my allies present. So now I said I am that I am. Now I'm going to go watch what happens here and feel this if you can. We are that we are. And I just blended with my ally field. Now the energetics of me and the allies are all blended together as a unit. And I solidify that by finally saying the next piece. And again, feel if you can what's happening here. I am that I am. It's taken a moment. There. So now the field of I am that I am is Benjamin plus the allies as a single consciousness. So that's the way that tool works. You start with the I am that is just you individually, the human. You get your individual divine awakening solid. Then if you work with other allies, you call them, and when they're all present in the field, you say we are that we are, which allows you to blend with them as a oneness. And then you solidify that by the final I am that I am, which is you, the human consciousness / divine consciousness, blending with the field and becoming a single being with all the allies. So if that's a helpful tool to you, feel free to use it. It took me a while to learn. I'll just give you a tiny bit of history here. I remember the first time I embodied an ascended master. It was Saint Germain, and it was in an ayahuasca ceremony. And he came partway in about here, and it was very surprising when it happened. He got about halfway in, and that's all I could go. And then I spent the next 2 hours, purging like crazy. I was vomiting and shitting fire, and it was just like, it took 2 hours to get clean enough that he could actually get the rest of the way in. And he finally did, and I was kind of curious, what's this going to be like? Is he going to take me over, or is there going to be any Benjamin left? And to my surprise, when he finally locked in, I was him, he was me. For that period of time, I was Saint Germain was Benjamin. There was simply no difference. And then later, when I embodied Yeshua, it was a similar thing, and there's been other embodiments. And what these beings have taught me is they say, hey, you're thinking of it as a separate being. We're actually you. You need to recognize us as yourself. And this is not arrogance. This is not me saying, Benjamin, hey, I'm so special, I can be an ascended master. I'm saying you're that too. everyone is everything. We're all God. There's only God down here. God entertains itself by pretending to be different people and different things. So my plant spirit work and my other work has taught me progressively over the years that I am everything I perceive outside myself, and the journey of awakening is to consciously merge and perceive oneself as more and more. And, you know, I have certainly not attained the ultimate awakening where I am the whole universe consciously. I'm nowhere near that at the point. But I have expanded to a degree where I can like call my allies and then merge and be the group field of the allies and be conscious as that. My consciousness is now able to be much more than just the human Benjamin. I can be, you know, the whole room, or I can be, you know, whatever is appropriate and helpful at that time that I'm capable of. So again, none of this is meant to be bragging or boasting. This is saying, hey, if I, who started off thick as a brick and had no spiritual awareness at all for decades and had to, you know, work very hard to get any awareness at all, have gotten to this point, then you can too if you're interested. So just know that you're all of it. You are the real you that you may not yet be aware of is the entire universe, all the dimensions of consciousness, all divinity, all everything, without exception. The only question is how much of that is your human part aware of? And this tool I was teaching today, you know, just simply, I am that I am individually, call the allies, have them all present, we are that we are, relax, merge into them, and then become them, so they are you, which you solidify by saying, I am that I am, as the entire field. So if you find that a helpful tool, play with that, and if you have any experiences with that, I'd love to hear about it. So reply to me. You can probably comment on this YouTube video, or you can email me, benjamin@astroshaman.com, or simpler, info@astroshaman.com. I'd love to hear your experience with that. So that's part one. Next, a brief update on Maeikisala, again here on January 18, 2020. She is doing, it's like every day she makes a breakthrough. She's now walking, and her, I believe since the last update I gave you, she's now got her right, she can now bend her right knee voluntarily. She's got movement of the right ankle. She can flex her right foot a little bit, wiggle the toes, and she's reporting now that she's able to walk with a walker. And whereas before they had to move her right foot for her because of the stroke, now she's moving it herself, lifting and moving the right foot. Still very weak, but it's mobile and it's holding some weight. And she's super excited about that. Her right arm and hand are all over the place now. She's doing everything she would normally do with the right hand pretty much. Still weaker than the left, but coming back, and she's working very hard. I don't remember if I reported this last time, I don't think so, but one of her physical therapy nurses said that in her entire career, she had literally never seen a stroke survivor recover capability as quickly as Maeikisala has. And it's not only a credit to her own perseverance and hard work, which is definitely part of it, but she has hundreds of people praying for her, including some very powerful shamans and spiritual practitioners whose prayers really make a difference. And if you're among those people praying, we thank you from all our hearts. And if you're seeing this in a timely manner, like in January or February of 2020, then your prayers are definitely still appreciated, and perhaps even beyond that. But any willingness you might have to see Maeikisala whole, healthy, moving with vitality and ease, and doing all the physical stuff she wants to do, with again, she didn't lose much mental capability. It's coming back pretty fast. So also see her really just sharp as a tack mentally, as she was before the stroke, even more so maybe. So any prayer or energy work you're willing to do, we would greatly appreciate. So those of you who've been following Maeikisala, we've had lots and lots of communication about that. Know that she's remarkable. And also, she's at the Care Partners facility in Asheville, North Carolina. They've extended her stay twice now. And they're saying basically you get to stay here until you're really ready to go home. And as long as you keep making this kind of progress, and at a rehab facility like that, your ability to stay there is based on, are you still making noticeable progress, or have you plateaued? If you've plateaued, they tend to move you out. So fortunately, she is making significant progress consistently. So if you want to pray right now for her continued consistent progress until she reaches the ability to return home, that would be fabulous. So we don't have a return home date, but we're happy to have her be there for as long as she needs it, because of course the care she's getting there, you know, doing hours of rehab a day is going to be way more helpful for her than being here and trying to do it on her own. So again, big, big thanks to all of you who've been holding her in your prayers, your thoughts, your visioning, and that's the update for Maeikisala. And that's the end of this video. So if you have any interest in working with me, I am now, again, as of January 18, 2020, full on back at work. I've been back at work for quite a while, sometimes seeing 4 or 5 clients a day. So if you've been holding back and working with me, oh, he's too busy, not the case. You know, with all this medical stuff happening, we definitely need money coming in. So don't hesitate to work with me if you have the desire to. I do astrology, shamanic healing, awakening activation, life coaching, and I have my membership called Awakening Plus that's available. So lots of cool stuff happening. You can check it all out at astroshaman.com if you're interested. Thanks for watching. I wish you infinite blessings, and I'll talk to you again on the next video.